Alright, welcome to day 38 of our journey to Platinum here in Elden Ring. At the end of yesterday, we had wrapped up everything right along these lake-facing cliffs. So now I'm going to work my way down into the greater part of Liurnia. And we've got a couple of things to go through here before really getting down there. There's this there's the little camp that's kind of right through this section here. So I want to kind of check along this path, make sure that there's no items or anything. We'll head down to the camp, and I think most of what's in the camp I have probably already picked up, because when I ran through there a few days ago, I kind of just, whatever I saw, I collected. But I didn't really go through it thoroughly. So we're going to go back through it, and oh my goodness, getting stuck on trees. And then what we'll do is we'll head kind of down into where the actual lake is, and I'm thinking to begin with today, I'll probably go along the edge of the lake, kind of towards the back, towards the area where we're at now, towards the cliffs, because I know that there is either a cave or a tunnel back there. I feel like it's a cave. So we'll kind of go towards the back, work that out before really moving our way into the actual lake. And I'm thinking that because of the way that the map is right now, I've got the map for this portion of land, so it might be good to work our way through this, maybe before going down into the lake. But at the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, I might not do that. I might not actually end up doing that, simply because of the fact that the lake, in some ways, is more the... I would kind of rather get that done, since we'll be able to go through Raya Lucaria first before really getting into the upper portion of land, which really will lead us into the path of progression towards the capital. So, who knows? I changed my mind a lot. We'll see what happens as I progress through. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this area now that we're really going to get into the bulk of it, because the past few episodes have been a little bit all over the place with deciding where I was even going to go. Because I had originally, we finished up with the castle, and then I was originally planning on coming down here, and then I decided, you know what, let's go to Caelid first. And then I got to Caelid, and I was like, holy crap, this is definitely a little higher level than what I'm at right now. Almost fell off the cliff there. And then decided to go down to Siofra, and we cleared that out. So now we're finally over here, working everything out in this area. So I'm excited. I'm excited to go through here. And I'm just going through, collecting everything I absolutely can. What is it showing that I can collect here? Oh, it's just Roa. Okay. And yeah, so we're gonna go just like with every other area in the game so far. I'm going super thorough, as you can see. I'm gonna check absolutely every bush, every part of the landscape. I want everything that I can possibly collect before we move on from an area. Even when it's stuff that's not super necessary to collect, just because I want this to be as true to 100% as I can make it. And so let's work our way into this camp here. And this is what I was talking about. There's this section of land here along the back of the lake towards these cliffs. And I'm thinking that's what we're going to start with today. And maybe I'll do the cave or the tunnel that's back there before moving our way into anything else. And the thing is, who knows, maybe what we'll do is, as I work my way through the land that's on the edge of the lake, maybe I'll check the corresponding land, the land that's right next to, or the corresponding part of the lake that's right next to whatever part of land I've checked out. So we'll see. I'm just gonna go wherever my heart desires, wherever my soul leads me. That's where we'll go. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to chill out with that. Thank you very much. Cuckoo circled. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure pretty much everything in here has been collected. I know that I collected multiple items last time I ran through here. I just didn't kill anything on the way through. But I didn't really check all the tents or anything necessarily. So I figured it would probably still be a good idea to come through here and just be super duper thorough, as always. So that's the entrance of this little camp. I don't think I would have missed anything on these outskirts. Usually there's nothing behind the tents necessarily either. And after kind of clearing out these tents, I don't see anything in them. So yeah, I must have collected everything on my way through, just as I sprinted past everything. And then down this way is also an area that I briefly explored the other day when we came through, because I got the grace that's down here at the bottom of this hill, as well as talked to the merchant and grabbed the map fragment. So all of that stuff is already wrapped up. And you know, I've noticed that I'm seeing more skulls lately that are not actually glowing skulls. I keep seeing them, like this one, yeah, because of the way that the light reflects off it. I keep seeing just a regular skull crushing it, and then there's no there are no runes inside of it, and that feels like a robbery. So I'm gonna write a strongly worded email to From Software and voice my grievances about the lack of glowing skulls. And I think, oh, I've got 19, yeah, I've got 19k on me right now. Can I level? Okay, not quite. I do remember talking about that maybe at the end of yesterday, that probably by the time we got down around this area, I'd be able to, after killing everything up there. So we're pretty close. So after let me just find a couple things to kill real fast, and then I'll level. And also, let me quickly talk to him again.
Not everyone can tell how good my wares are.
Alright, so I'm just curious if there was anything else I wanted to purchase here. I already have the lantern. That stuff's 0 now. Yeah, I think I decided there was nothing else here from him that I care about. So we can pretty much call him complete. And yeah, let me just go find one enemy real fast to kill, and then I'll come back and rest at the grace and level. So let's see, how much damage do I do? Oh, okay, real good damage. So this was something that I was talking about over the course of the last couple of episodes. The fact that technically the order of progression is, I believe, West Limgrave. Is it West or East? West or East Limgrave first, and then the Weeping Peninsula, and then Stormvale Castle. I think I'm still going in the right order in my brain. And then, ooh, perfect. All right, that's enough. And then you would come to Liurnia. And so because of the fact that I've kind of done, like, I went to Siofra first, which should have been a couple areas from here. Technically, I've done things a little bit out of order. Again, it doesn't matter, but the reason that I bring that up is because of the fact that I feel like I'm definitely over-leveled. I'm at level 58 right now. And I think technically it's recommended that for this area, you're at more like maybe even 40 to 50 or 45 to 50, something like that. So because of that, I'm a little concerned that I've maybe simplified the area too much. And I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I mean, overall, it'll be fine. It doesn't really matter. But, oh crap, I keep not seeing these. They, like, blend into the environment. Yeah, overall, it really doesn't matter. That's the whole point of the open world aspect of this, is you can go at it however you want. But sometimes I just like to stick somewhat to the natural or recommended path of progression, just so that things don't get too easy. Because that's a huge part of the fun, is the challenge. And yeah, so I'm a little concerned about that, but I think we'll be fine. And once we get towards end game stuff, it's not gonna matter what my level is. It's gonna be challenging regardless. Like once we get over to the Halig tree, which is many days from today before we get there. But once we get over there, that's pretty much challenging. In my opinion, basically no matter what level you're at, that's a challenge. And I mean, that's where Malenia is. So it's got a bit of a reputation for being a challenging area, but to me it seems like the whole area, regardless of Malenia, just the average enemy there is no friggin' joke. Oh, here's a glowing skull. Thank you very much. Yeah, the average enemy at the Halig Tree is no joke, and is very much a challenge. But I think that it's a really cool area because of that. It's a lot of fun. And it definitely will give you a run for your money. I remember getting to the Halig Tree in my first playthrough and going, okay, like this is end game stuff for real right now. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about the fact that the Halig Tree is end game stuff. And I would say that really overall the Halig Tree is probably the very, very last area that you should conquer. I think going through Farum Azula before the Halig Tree is smart. Because Farum Azula, yeah, it's challenging, but it's in my opinion, it's nothing compared to the Halig Tree. I mean, even when you fight, what's his face in Farum Azula, the final boss of the area, even he is not as challenging as Malenia. So, all right, so let me see here. I want to go. Excuse me. It's the obligatory sneeze for every episode, apparently, with the allergies going on. So yeah, I want to go this way first, I think, and check all this out. I'm having a very hard time seeing, though, in these back corners. It's also, is it becoming day, or is it still, I think it's becoming day. And I've got to be able to see, or else I can't obsessively check all the corners and make sure that every single last possible item has been collected. Because that is a necessary thing that we've got going on here. Because look at that, Erdleaf flower. I could have missed an Erdleaf flower, and that could have potentially been a tragedy, the likes of which even Shakespeare himself would shed a tear over. So all this stuff has got to be checked. And I can't remember if the cave that I'm thinking about is this upper portion or if it's down below. So I guess we'll see shortly. Man, yeah, everything here dies real easy. It's also partially because I have my weapon upgraded as high as I do. And I'm really hoping that kind of early on here in the area, I'll be able to find some smithing stone 3s so that I can upgrade this katana even further. Because I've kind of been stuck at +7 for a little while because I haven't had 3s. And as I went through part of Caelid and then all through Siofra, I was pretty much collecting smithing stone 4s. So because of the fact that we kind of went out of order. So I'm hoping for some 3s. That would be very nice. Because then I can get, I think, all the way up to... Wait, that's... Okay, that's where the cave is. Alright, so we'll work our way through this upper section, and then we'll run down and pop into that cave. But yeah, I think that I can get to +9 with smithing stone 3s, and then I'll need new stuff. Then I'll need to go to the +4s. So I'd like to get to +9 as soon as possible. Oh my goodness, you and your screams. That doesn't even appear to do damage to me anymore. I feel like it used to do at least a minimal amount of damage. But I guess not. That could be another, I guess, potential risk. Ooh, see, I almost missed an Arteria leaf. Like, you gotta be careful. Oh, also... Oh, never mind. Thought there was something else back here. That could be another potential risk of the fact that I've gone a little bit out of order, is these enemies drop very, very few runes. So leveling is definitely going to take a bit longer while I'm here. I think. Because of the fact that, I mean, even just those are super low level bats, and it dropped, I think it said like 79% or 73 runes. So that's very few, and will definitely be difficult to collect all of the runes necessary for levels right now. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll still be able to level. It'll just take longer. And then also I'll have to run the risk of I guess, carrying more runes around with me as I progress through, because it may take longer to get to the point where I can actually spend them. So, okay, so there's a couple of these, like, land squirts down in here. I don't think there's much else in that spot. But then here, instead of... I can't remember if there's any crabs here or not, but I do know that for the most part, instead of crabs, you get those weird lobster things instead. And I'm curious about fighting those, because even though it feels like I'm going to be probably vastly over-leveled for the area, I'm curious about fighting those again, because those, in some ways, are definitely nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, you could shake a stick at it, but if you shake a stick at it, it's just going to grab you with its claw, and bash you into the ground. So yeah, I'm curious about fighting those again since it's been a while, seeing how I do against those, even possibly a little bit over-leveled, because I recall the lobsters being a tad bit difficult. So we'll see what happens as we kind of get into the water here. And so I think this right around here is where it actually leads up. So I'd like to progress all the way over there, check all this land up to that point where you kind of go to the further up area. And there's a little bit of land over here that I missed before I really go down into the water. Yeah, see, you definitely kill the turtles faster, at least with this weapon, off of horseback. I was about to say off of turtleback. Could you imagine? That would be so cool if... I mean, I guess... maybe not really, but it's interesting to think about if you could get different mounts. So rather than having just torrent, you could get like a super fast turtle to ride on throughout the game. But it's kind of like, just like with weapons, each mount has different abilities and stuff. So the turtle's sort of disability is that it's a bit slower than everything else. But maybe its ability is just that it's ridiculously strong because of its shell, and you rarely ever have to heal it. Oh, and if you could get like maybe a smaller version of the lobsters that we're about to fight, and ride one of those into the sunset, that could be kind of neat. Again, pretty much a terrible idea, but it's interesting. It's interesting to think about. Okay, so all of this is good, and yeah, so this, okay, yeah, so this continues to lead over. This is still a portion of land, and what I'm working towards is there's a spot where it kind of gets out into an open clearing there, and it leads up to the upper portion. So I want to explore all the land that leads over to that before we go down into the water. And even still, we're not going to go through the water extensively today, because like I said, I would like to go into that cave, I think, and conquer that before anything else. And we've almost kind of made our way through this whole section here. Oh yeah, so there's one of the lobsters. They look definitely a bit menacing walking through the fog down here like that. And this is another area that kind of like Stormhill, when you're down inside of the lake portion, the fog isn't crazy, but it definitely decreases your visibility a bit. And that's another thing, like I've talked about before. I don't always like the decreased visibility for things. It's part of the game, but I don't know why sometimes it just annoys me more than anything. I guess it's because it gets me all turned around and makes me feel like I haven't explored everything, which makes it tricky when you're trying to go 100% and literally grab like every item that you could possibly imagine. And isn't Hyetta close to here now. I feel like, oh, yeah, I think she's right over there. I think that's her. So let's go talk to her real fast. Hello there.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any strawberry grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, and when
Okay, so she says the same stuff as last time we talked to her. And I don't... Okay, so I don't have any more strawberry grapes right now, so I can't actually do anything for her. So next time I get some strawberry grapes, I can come back and talk to her. And let's give this a shot. Like I said, it's been a while since I fought one of these, so let's see how I do. Oh yeah, that feels like I'm doing minimal damage to him. I gotta figure out... Hang on, yeah, I gotta figure out what the best... Crap. I gotta figure out what the best way is to fight these, because I don't remember. Dang it. And he keeps getting me. There's gotta be, like, do I need to be around the back of him or something? I'm gonna get on Torrent, because this is already pissing me off. Okay, so it seems like it's very challenging to, on foot, get around to the back. So horseback may be the way to go. And see, that's one of the things. He can jump. Like, that's ridiculous, that jump. Okay, so let me get around the back here. When he does the jump, or when he does that back step, it makes it a little bit difficult to stay on his side, but horseback definitely seems like it might be the way to go. Oh, I forgot that he did that. See, I always seem to remember fighting these off of horseback, though. So that's what's making me kind of second guess that. So I don't exactly know if that's the best way or not. So I guess we'll figure it out as we go, as I fight more of them. But overall, they're definitely, in my opinion, they're definitely more tricky than the crabs. I think that the lobsters are more difficult because of their moveset and because of the fact that I think even just the way that they're designed, the way that their body is built, it's a little bit more difficult to maneuver around them than it is to maneuver around the side of the crabs. I feel like with the crabs, you can just easily sort of maneuver around the back of it, and you're good. And where did... So initially I came down because I want to move my way towards the back of this cave now that we made it up to that portion over there. So I think that, yeah, that's where that spirit spring was. So all this portion of land has been explored. So let me work my way down over here around this portion of land real fast, and we'll get over to where this cave is. There's also, yeah, so it's now that... Wait, why does... Oh, one of the land squirts saw me. I was wondering why the music was getting all intense. Yeah, but even though I might be over-leveled, it's going to be fun getting into this area and fighting the stuff that I haven't fought in a while. Because it's been a while since I've played through this area in any way. So it's going to be sort of a learning curve again with certain enemies and getting used to their movesets and remembering what kinds of abilities they have, what works well against them, what they're weak to. So that's gonna be oodles of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna kill these even though it's not necessary. What do they give you here? 33. Yeah, so it definitely feels like it's probably not necessary or useful to kill those since they're not aggroed in the first place, and then you only get 33 runes from them. That's nothing. Alright, so I guess let's head into this cave and check this out. We can wrap this up today. Stillwater Cave. Yeah, because we're barely into this episode. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. I'm going to go ahead and rest, get my health back up before really heading into this place. Yeah, so we're definitely at a point where I don't remember... I feel like there may have been more within Limgrave that I remembered just sort of because I had played it more recently. I'd kind of gone back through Limgrave in a more recent time at the beginning of this playthrough But we're kind of at a point where I feel like I don't remember a lot of this stuff. Like, this cave seems a bit familiar to me. Oh yeah, actually, this does seem kind of familiar. But we're going to make quick work of this place. This is going to be no problem whatsoever. And it's probably also, some of this stuff is going to feel crazy easy because of the fact that after being in Caelid and then in Siofra, some of that stuff, it was like, it wasn't even that it was crazy difficult, but it definitely felt like it was kicking my butt a little bit. Oh my goodness. And I am poisoned. I need to get over here and deal with these guys. And I need to put some boluses on too, because poison is going to be a common occurrence down here. Alright, hang on. So let me drop all that stuff. Fire, actually, now that I think about it, would probably be a good thing to keep on, because probably a lot of this stuff is weak to fire. But I don't really want to waste any fire grease until we get into the boss, I guess. Alright, let's go down that way in a second. Let me finish exploring all of this upper portion. And there's a lot of crystal cave moss down here. I feel like there's a lot more crystal cave moss than... Dang it, why does that follow you so far? I feel like there's a lot more crystal cave moss down here than there is just regular cave moss in the other caves. Okay, my goodness. And then I gotta... Let me go over and deal with this. Actually, you know what? Rather than going over there to him, because I don't want him to hit me while I'm jumping, I'm just going to kill him like this. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I want to get all this upper portion done first, and I'm going to have to jump through this poison. Poisoned! Crap. Budding cave moss. Glowstone. Oh, and I don't have my... Oh, I do have my lantern on. What I should do, though, is put my starlight on real fast. That'll definitely help down here. And what is this guy doing? What is he... There's like two of these guys just walking or flying around like jerks. Alright, so this hits the edge, so let me work my way backwards from here now, I guess. Make sure that I get every item possible. And then, oh, he's dead. So yeah, these couple here must have just fallen, I guess. Those couple of bats, unless they spawned down below and I just didn't realize. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna go check out back here, I guess. And if you hear some just rumbling or some noises, Charles is playing with... He's got this super tough bone that I bought him. Because as he's gotten... Alright, sorry, just as I was about to say that, he started literally sliding it along the floor, so I need to take it from him till I'm done filming. Yeah, so just as he's gotten towards being an adult, he has started chewing to a crazy level where some of the harder-ish bones that I had for him as a puppy, he chews them so hard now that he actually gets pieces off. So I've had to buy him some bones that are super duper hard, which makes it so that when I'm trying to film and he's playing with them on the floor, it's super loud because he just bangs them along the ground. Okay, so yeah, everything up here is good. So let's do this. I think I'm going to maybe deal with a couple of these things with fire. Oh man, that really sucks. That almost kills those in one hit. And I basically just need to be okay, I think, with the fact that I'm going to get poisoned while I'm down in this poison pool. Crap. So I'm just gonna keep boluses at the ready. Need to make sure that this guy doesn't slam. There you go. Slam his face down on me. I wonder what does this do? Frick! Dang it, man. What does this do against him? Nothing too great. My goodness, you gotta stop with the slamming. Like, I understand, but you gotta stop with that. And I don't know, I can't figure out its axis. Okay, so that's its axis, so I don't think if I'm on this side it should really hit me necessarily, but it almost kind of seems like it can slam from any direction. I don't know, though. There we go. There we go. Get 400 for those. Not too shabby, I guess. What is this back here, though? This is weird. It's like a little... It's like ruins of a little platform or something. It's a bit odd. I wonder what that was used for back years and years ago before the shattering. Alright, yeah, and I'm kind of... So, I think this is a relatively short cave, so probably what I'll end up doing is if there's not a Stake of Marika near where the boss room is, then I'll just go and rest real fast and then come back. Because I'm... Oh, that's gonna suck. Because I'm pretty much out of flasks already. And we're not even done yet, so... Don't you do it. If you're real close to them, they can't really hit you with that. With the poison that comes out of their staff, because it just sort of hits the ground. Dang it, you're gonna have to... Stop it. There we go. Alright. And I am poisoned. I might have to switch over to just using heal pretty soon here. Oh, there's two of them just right here. I did not even realize that. There were two just chilling right in the middle of this poison. Alright, yeah, just poison. I'm already poisoned anyway, so you can just poison more. Not worried about it. There we go. That's one of them. And then further down, there's a third one. There's a lot of them down here. So I'm just going to keep tanking this with... and letting myself be poisoned, I guess. Let me get rid of these little ones, too. Yeah, so I'm going to pretty much be totally out of flasks by the time I'm done here. Not necessarily FP, so I guess I could just use heal. Crap! That could have been bad if the poison got me lower already. So we're definitely going to have to go and rest. Again, unless there's a Stake of Marika, and then it's kind of fine if I die. Then it's not really a big deal. I'll just spawn right next to the boss room. And then I think that all of this here... Yeah, because this was the upper portion. Yeah, so that's done. I'm in a little bit of a race against the clock here. Because of the fact that I'm just perpetually poisoned. And then, yeah, and then there's another one. What is with all of you poison flowers down here? We've got to be nearing the end of the cave, though, right? I think we've got to be almost there. All right, let me try this again. Yeah, that doesn't seem to do all that much. And he's gonna slam, or maybe not. It's still poisoning. I was gonna say it's getting close to slamming. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna need to use heal real fast. I'm just gonna kneel down in the poison. Just gonna kneel in the poison. That'll definitely help against the buildup of poison that I've got. Alright, so everything back there is good. Oh, wait, and there was a whole nother... That's right. Wasn't there a whole nother thing back there that I could have gone through? Or wait, so that's the thing that I already killed, but then... What I thought was... Let me heal again real fast just so that it doesn't get away from me. I feel like if you're not paying attention, you could just end up being poisoned to death when you're not watching. Where was this? Yeah, this thing. Did I don't think I went down here, right? Let me use some more FP. Ooh, and I'm no longer poisoned. Sweet. Let me fire some starlight before heading back here, because I can't remember... Or no, this actually... That's right, I did go down here, because this just leads back down into the poison pit. Okay. Alright, so this is all done. That was my fault. Totally forgot that that's what that led to. It just all of a sudden popped up in my brain that maybe that had not been accomplished yet. Alright, so then this... So this all back here is good, and then I would assume... Okay, so here's a Stake of Marika. Cool. So the boss room has got to be near here then. So I guess I'll just... I mean, there's no way that I'm going to... At least I don't feel like there's any way that I'm going to kill whatever the boss is with no flasks left. But I guess I'll probably just risk it rather than running back through the area. I'll just go in and fight the boss, knowing that I'll literally spawn right here. Because either way, if I die, I'm going to have to run... I'm going to have to run back, so I might as well run back from the stake rather than from the grace way at the beginning. This is a little bit of a long cave, though. And these guys, they're just resting. They're resting. And I'm going to promptly kill them while they rest. Oop, that's gonna... Oop, nope, it didn't hit me. When they're not aware of you... Wait, did he buff himself? What is the buff that they put on themselves? There's the boss. When they're not aware of you, when they're just sleeping or whatever it is that they're doing, resting their eyes, praying, you can kill them in 2. But when their aggro's on you, it's 3. Okay. Alright, so everything up here is good. There's so much poison down here that there are actually poison falls. It's pretty crazy. Oh, you know what? The poison fall reminded me that there's a waterfall in Cyophrate that I missed an item underneath that we're going to have to go back and grab. It's probably literally nothing super useful. But I've got to go check it anyway. Let me use this. I'm going to stand here off of the poison. Heal as much as I can. Let me go... Oh, so that's not enough. I'm going to go ahead and use this, I guess. If I could do this on basically one health bar, that would be sweet. And I've got a little bit left to heal with. Those are all out. Okay, and then let me also throw fire on my blade. Because I have a feeling that whatever's down here is weak to fire. So, I'm going to keep this one bolus. I could craft more, but I'm just not going to. Oh, it's a clean rot knight. Okay, let's see what kind of damage he takes. Okay, and I am poisoned again. Ooh. If I can stay on the land, though, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I can kind of avoid... Unless he hits me, and then I'll have poison issues. Dang it. He definitely does not do a lot of damage. At least from what it seems like. Why am I not two-handing? I should definitely be two-handing. Yeah, that does a lot more damage. Holy crap. Wonder, can this... Ooh. Ooh, how did he miss me with that? Dang it, I missed him. Okay, I need to heal real fast. Oh no! Dang it. Crap. Alright. Well, I totally could have done that in one, but Man, Charles got pissed that time. He started barking in the middle of whatever I was talking about, and he just flipped. I think he heard a car door close. Yeah, what I was saying is I feel like I could have done that in one if I would have thought about the fact I was not... I don't know. I just totally forgot about the fact that I had to have my other hand out to be able to heal. And so when I went to no longer two-handing, or when I went to two-handing, I had totally forgotten that wasn't going to work great because of the fact that I need to be able to heal. Alright, so let's do this again. I want to grab my runes. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, let me grab these real fast. Oh my goodness, dang it. Oh, he gives Scarlet Rot. I knew that's what Clean Rots did, but I didn't realize it. Dang it, dang it. And Charles is flipping again. Charles, buddy. There it goes. Alright, I tried sticking him in the bedroom just until I finished this video, because he keeps hearing doors close and stuff, and... Anyways. He just... I think he keeps it's like, I don't know what time it is right now exactly, but I think maybe, I don't know, people are coming home or something like that. I have no idea, but I keep hearing car doors close, and then he flips out, and then, and I'm gonna use that as, that's what killed me last time, is him barking. It distracted me, okay? That's all it was. It was just distractions. Just barking distractions, that's all that killed me. Okay, so what I want to try this again without necessarily a bunch of boluses, but I do wonder if it would be a good idea to have boluses for rot. Crap. Oh, and he just like buffed himself or something. Dang it. Oh, and I'm poisoned. So he can poison and he can rot. Okay, heal please, heal. That totally would have killed me if it would have made contact. Yeah, he's not that difficult, but it's like... Dang it. Crap. Dang it, stop it. He's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me. Nope, we're good, we're good. Stop! My goodness. I definitely gotta figure out the timings on this. And I think I hear Charles flipping out again. I don't know what his issue is today. Okay. Dang it. Okay, I think that's the thing. I feel like that's the attack that might poison you. Okay. Just be good with the dodges. Crap, that was not good with the dodges. Heal. Okay, I'm gonna... Dang it. That thing sucks, and so does that. Okay. Dang it, I keep trying to... That's so dumb of me that I keep trying to do that. I keep trying to get that strong hit, and it's not at the right times. Okay. Dang it. Heal. I'm still good. Charles is flipping out. And we got him. Sweet! Alright. Winged Sword Insignia. 3,300. Alright, let me go figure out what's going on with him. Alright, I'm hoping no more cuts. That is my goal here. But I have a feeling he's probably gonna bark again. It's like when he gets in certain moods where he's just got energy, it's like every noise that he hears, he's gotta bark at it, he's gotta bark at the wind. It's not a big deal usually, but when I'm trying to record, that's mostly when it becomes a problem. Alright, so all of this is good. I kinda like this boss room. This boss room is kinda nice. Alright, so this is done then. Oh yeah, and I wanted to look at that winged sword insignia. Let me see real fast. Which one was it? There it is. Raises attack power with successive attacks. Ooh, that's kind of cool. The wing symbolizes Melania and her undefeated prowess. Though she never knew relief from the accursed rot she was born into, her blade was forever beautiful and relentless. Cool. Alright, so that could be kind of useful. I don't think I'm going to utilize that right now, but I definitely feel like that could be something I'd be interested in at some point. So, now that that's done, let's continue to work our way through Liurnia a bit. And so I went along everything on that side, so let's go through the land on this side that leads back to where we initially started, and then like kind of over where near the merchant is at, and then maybe what I'll do is then actually work my way into the water a bit. Whoa! Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. They come out of the ground sometimes. Wait, did I really use I used all of my flasks. So actually, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna go rest. Ooh, that was close, that was close. That was very close. I'm gonna rest real fast, and then we'll come back and take a look at all of this, because I didn't realize I had used all of my flasks on that boss fight. It's kind of pitiful. And like, to be totally, it's so weird the way that I can be totally focused and maybe doing okay with the boss fight or whatever, and as soon as Charles starts barking, partially because I'm concerned about him, I'm like when I'm recording, I can't always tend to whatever he needs, so I kind of get concerned about him, wondering if he's okay, if he's actually barking at something he needs to bark at. And then also it distracts me because for just audio quality. I don't want barking in the background of these videos, so I get all distracted and flustered, and then it makes it harder to do a boss fight. But excuses, I know. It's all just lame excuses. And I hear him barking under his breath again, whatever he's flipping out about. Alright, so right here is where it pops out, right? I believe that right over here is where he popped out of the ground. And wasn't there... Does the Arteria Leaf that was right here not respawn? I thought that there was Arteria Leaf that I was able to grab. And where is he? He literally spawned right here before, didn't he? Because the cave is here. So then, where's Mr. Lobster Man? It's kind of weird. Okay, I guess maybe as I come back through here, because I want to explore along the land here, maybe I'll be able to get him to pop back out. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if he doesn't pop back out, it's not a big deal. I just don't really want the surprise, I guess. So then that's what leads up to where we went. So then I think all of this section of land then I've already run along, right? Yeah, because then this just leads us back to where this camp is, which we did earlier. Okay, so yeah, let's go, I guess, work our way into the water now in this back section. I'm just trying to go methodically like always so that there's no chance of missing items or missing materials or even missing enemies, which is another reason why I would like him to spawn so that I can fight him. But I don't understand why he's not spawning. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's not every time you pass by or something. Or maybe he comes out of the ground and doesn't go back. I don't know. It's all speculation. It's all theories. So let's work our way through this, and then I'll be able to work up towards... probably what I'll do is I'll go through all the water all the way up to where we found Hyetta. Again, the Light Seeker. And then maybe tomorrow what we'll do is actually start working up onto the land on the, what's that? Technically the east side of the lake, I guess, is what that part of the land is. So that's probably what we'll head into tomorrow and kind of start working that out. And I think that it does seem like the main thing that's down in this section is these land squirts, but I'm just kind of waiting for another lobster to spawn. Because since they can come out of the ground, and I had totally forgotten that they can come out of the ground, which I think is the same as the crabs. I think sometimes the crabs are underground too, from what I remember. And so, because of that, you never really know where they're going to pop up from. Especially if they supposedly can pop up, but then not pop up the next time you go by. That's really weird to me that happened. So this is actually a perfect time to tell a story about one time when my dad and I were fishing. It made me think of this because of this shallow lake. So on a family vacation years and years ago, I had to have been maybe 6 or 7. So this was like 18, 19 years ago. We were on a family vacation, and we rented this farmhouse. It was a big house. It was probably, there had to have been somewhere around 20 of us staying in this house, like immediate and extended family. And there was a little, like almost a little pond off to the side on the land of the owner of this house. And so one day my dad went out to fish, and I don't think I was really fishing with him. I think at that age, like, there were times as a kid that I enjoyed fishing, but I think at that age a lot of times I would say I was going to fish. I'd walk out and maybe like hold the fishing rod for 10 minutes and then get bored and go off and start doing something else. And I would just be in the general vicinity. But I remember that as he was fishing, I had kind of started doing something else, and I was maybe 10, 15 feet behind him. And I don't vividly remember all aspects of this because I was so young, But all of a sudden I felt something like in my hand, and then realized that when he did his swing back with his fishing rod, the hook had gotten caught in one of my fingers, and he's pulling on it, trying to figure out why what he's stuck on, and I'm screaming like I don't even know if I had processed to scream to him that he was stuck in my hand. It was like he couldn't hear me, or he wasn't processing what I was saying, so he kept pulling. Luckily, it didn't ultimately like rip a massive cut in my hand or anything, but I definitely remember it hurt a good bit. And I feel like I don't know, I almost feel like that's like a rite of passage. I feel like there's so many instances where, whether you're fishing with your dad or your grandfather or whatever, I feel like that, I don't know why I've heard multiple other people with stories like that, of just being fishing and someone doing a backswing, and whether it catches to your hand, or I've heard people have it catch to their lip before. But it's not pleasant, because I don't know if you know this, but I'm not a fish. But I guess that doesn't really make a difference, because I'm sure it's not pleasant for the fish either, now that I think about it. Alright, so I think that all of these bushes, this is going to drive me nuts in parts of this lake, since I'm trying to be so thorough. It's going to drive me nuts trying to go through and collect everything within the bushes, I feel like. I feel like I'm going to get, like, super overly obsessive about checking absolutely everything. So we're probably just going to hit points where I finally just go, you know what, it's good enough. I washed my hands of it. If we haven't found everything, it's whatever. But I'm going to do my best. So this is where I killed these guys, so these bushes are good, and this kind of leads over to where the merchant is, and yeah, and all this kind of little section of land here has been done. Like I said though, I really love this area. I think it's so pretty. Ooh, okay, yeah, so we're gonna start getting glintstone fireflies here. I think it's so pretty, and I think that these sections though, kind of in the lake, are really, really neat. I think these are a lot of fun to explore. Partially, like, again, just the colors and the enemies that you fight, the music. I think it's so cool. I think it's such a cool little area. Or I shouldn't say little area. It's pretty friggin' massive. So, all right, and then this leads back out over towards the land. Ooh, there's a glowing skull here, though. I will promptly take that. And I think that what kind of will help with assessing what has been checked throughout all these bushes is I can see, oh, here's a guy. I can see where these guys have died, so I just need to kind of be paying attention to the ground. Those guys I can't, but these, since their corpses stay in the environment, that can be helpful for checking things. Hello there. I've walked past this section and killed these guys multiple times already. And I do think that at the beginning of the episode I walked through all of this, so that's all good. But then what I'm curious about is, so Hyeda's there, so like I said, I'd like to kind of explore all the water up to where she is, maybe. Just so that we know that all of it's out of the way, I guess. And then I know that along the edges of the water, or actually maybe this is what I'll do right now. Let's do this real fast. I kind of want to, let's run this, and then I'm going to take this spirit spring up to this upper portion real fast. Oh yeah, and there's an Evergaol here, and I don't think, or actually this is a relatively large portion of land, but then we can't get up to, let's see, where does this connect at? I thought that there was a section here, or maybe it's over there. Maybe it's that section over there that we can't get to yet, where you kind of see the top of that steeple or whatever. How many flasks do I have? I'm gonna take this on since we're here. Malefactor's Evergaol. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna take this, and I guess I'll throw fire on. Just give it a shot with fire. All right, here we go. And see what happens. I have no idea. I don't remember this Evergaol at all. I don't remember what's here. I'm sure I'll remember in a second. Aiden, Adon, Thief of Fire. I don't really remember him, actually. He definitely takes some good damage, though. Crap, but he does not stagger very well. I'm going to heal real fast. There you go. I mean, he staggers well when I use the... Oh, you can heal? You jerk! I didn't know he could heal. Usually only, like, regular invader NPCs can heal. Okay, good. So that's just... It looks like he's only got one heal, because he just tried to heal again. Charles, stop, buddy. Seriously. Like, that's enough. Alright, that was super, super easy. Ooh, Flame of the Fell God. What is that? And 3,800 from that. Holy crap. What is that? I want to see that as soon as we load back out here. I have no idea what that is. I know you're so cute and sweet, but you got to stop barking for right now. Like, chill out. Okay, let's see. Where does that... I'm assuming it puts it in here. This legendary incantation is one of several that draws directly from the power of the fire giants. Releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. The fireball floats towards enemies and explodes, setting the area ablaze. Arganthy, the chief guardian of the flame, had kept this incantation a well-kept secret until it was stolen by Adon. The fell god still lurks within the fire giants. That's super cool. So that takes 41 faith, though. That's crazy. And that's actually kind of crazy that you get that so early, considering the stats that you need to wield that. So that's pretty insane. But that was a super, super easy boss. I'm actually kind of surprised. I was thinking that, I mean, I know, again, we're kind of over-leveled, but I was thinking that that might be a little more tricky than that. But it was just small potatoes. Nothing big, nothing difficult. Ooh, and a sacrificial twig. And how many... Let's see. I'm going to use all this stuff real fast. See how close I can get to a level. Since I've got a decent amount of runes sitting on me right now. This isn't going to get me there, but I guess I'll just use it. And then as we progress through the area, I can continue collecting. Yeah, so I'm still going to need... Am I at 20,000 yet for a level? I am. Alright, so I need like 4,000 more. And I don't think there's anything else on these like headstones sticking out of the wall. I think that sacrificial twig is pretty much the only thing. Alright, so let me run... I'm going to run back to where this... Yeah, let's run back over here to where the Spirit Spring is. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot that this area was over here. I think it might be a good idea to explore everything up here first, before really going into the water. Again, I keep changing my mind about directions I want to go and stuff, just because I forget about certain areas and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll explore all of this upper portion. It eventually over this way, maybe, I don't remember exactly where. I feel like it might be all the way over here. There's like a path down into the water. So we'll probably call it good for this upper portion there. But I think that this is where I'm going to wrap today's episode. Tomorrow we will continue along this upper portion and maybe dip down into the water. I guess we'll see. So many things to explore in this area, so it's going to be a little bit sporadic here and there, but eventually we will get through the process of obsessively exploring all of it, and it's going to be great. So that's going to do it for today. So thank you so much for checking out this episode. If you enjoyed it, I would highly appreciate it if you would leave a like, maybe a comment, and also hit subscribe. So thank you so much for checking out today's episode, and I will talk to you tomorrow.